All right, so I wanted to come on here this morning and talk about this knife right here. I don't know if anyone has ever seen one of these or actually ran into one or seen a video about one online or not, but I would say this right here is probably, I don't want to use the word rare, but one of my most intriguing knives I have in my collection. I've had this knife for some while. This is what they call a Case Cigar Jack knife. This knife right here, I think it was made from 1940 to 1977. And if you look at the tag, it's clearly a 70s model knife. The 3 dots, 1977, which means this knife was probably manufactured the last year of production of this knife. I've honestly never seen another one of these. I've never seen a video on YouTube regarding one. You can find them for sale on eBay or some of the forums. We'll talk about them as well. Not sure why they ended production on this knife in 77. Maybe it's because of the Texas Jack, maybe the Stockmans. I'm really not sure. It's really a beautiful knife. As you can see, for 1977, this knife is in very good condition. I've not really done anything to it. I've just oiled it and put Wicked Wax on it. The blades are tight. The blades are in excellent condition for the year. I mean, if you look, I've never used this knife, and for it to look this pristine for a 1977 model is kind of out of this world. But if you look at the actual model, 62055, that is the model number. How I got this knife. When we first moved to the area here, there was come upon this place that had a flea market once a month. We actually would go to it every month. I actually ran into a guy who bought a old knife collection and still sells them to this day. I mean, right now the gentleman's 83, I believe, and I think I started buying knives off of him in 2007. And I think that's when I did buy this knife, was 2007, when I picked this up off of him. I would go over and talk to him and be like, hey, I want something rare, carbon steel, 70s or 80s. And he just went to his case, picked out this, and sold it to me for a very, very good price. I think I paid $30 for this. Unheard of in this day and age for a knife like this, of this caliber, this year, what it is. Definitely could use some cleaning up, but if you look at that bone handle, they did make these in Durlin. One way to tell is if you don't have the case circle around it, you don't have that stamped circle around the word case. But yeah, this knife right here, I would say, is one of the rarest knives that I do own. I just really like it. It's perfect in the hand. Small, you can carry it around, you can do a lot with it, although it never leaves my case at the house. But yeah, if anyone has one of these or knows someone who does have them or knows anything about them, let me know. I just really like this knife. Every time I walk by my cabinet at the house that has my knives in it, I just look at it and think, again, who bought this? Who kept it stored for that long? and just never used it. I mean, if you look, this knife has never been sharpened. Still factory edge sharp. Never been used. I've never cut anything open with it. It does have wicked wax on the blades. That's why you see that film, that residue. But you know, I put that on all my knives just to make sure it keeps them protected. You know, you never know. Never know when some moisture can gather or things like that. There is just a tiny little, you can see there, a little rust spot. Or it can't be rust, but some sort of little spot on the brass there. But if you look inside, I mean, it's pretty clean for a 77 model. You could definitely use cleaning out, but then again, I got so many other knives that need so much more attention. This one just kind of falls by the wayside because it's in such good shape. Yeah, here it is, 1977 Cigar Jack knife. Last year of production. Last year they made these. Again, all my knives are to be handed down to either my sons or my grandkids, and this is something I would never ever get rid of. You know, sometimes I pick up cheap ones at flea markets or estate sales or whatnot, but yeah, this knife right here, I would never let go of this. If you look, there is just probably a tiny little gap right there, maybe. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty tight knife. It's definitely one of a kind. And like I said, I've never seen another one. I've never seen a YouTube video on one. I've looked. Like I said, you can't find them on the forums. You can see people's conversations about them. You can pull up AAPK, all about pocket knives, and there's just a little bit of information on them. Just tells you like what years they were produced and what they think they're worth. To me, this knife's priceless. You know, I would never sell it. It would take a lot of money for me to even think about selling it, but you know, I'm not a knife seller. I think in all my years I've sold 2 knives, and that was just here recently. I picked up those 10 at the estate sale, and 2 people reached out to me, and each one of them wanted a certain knife out of that of the group I bought, and I made them smoking deals. I got a smoking deal. I passed it on down to them. So to me, this is just more of a hobby. This isn't to make money. This isn't to say, hey, my collection's the biggest or anything like that. It's just have fun doing this. This is something I really enjoy. So, you know, spend my time doing this and lifting weights and working out. That's about it. So, but yeah, if anyone knows anything about these or says, hey, your information's a little wrong, reach out, let me know. You know, can't find a lot of information on these. Case Cigar Jack, 1977 model. So yeah, hey, shout out to Wicked Wax, helping out with Stickergate. Keep it up, boys.